This is Dead Belt in 5 minutes. Dead Belt is a solo tabletop RPG by a couple of Drakes. You might know a couple of Drakes as Sean and Navi Drake, an absolute power duo when it comes to the indie RPG scene. Two of my favorite designers. I fell in love with them with some of one of they're actually two people that created one of the first Lumen games with Hedge, which is one of my absolute favorites. And I was so excited to see that they were kickstarting Dead Belt, and I absolutely backed it. And I got my physical copy the other day. I just sat down and played 3 sessions of Dead Belt, and it's incredible. Absolutely amazing solo RPG. So, what's Dead Belt all about? You are a belter. You're out on the sci-fi frontier essentially, and you are scavenging and salvaging shipwrecks that are out there. And how is that done? Well, it's done with cards in a really cool, clever way. It uses the Carta SRD, which is a system used for laying out sort of maps or spaces, representing them with a series of cards, and then moving your character through this space, flipping over cards and experiencing the world as you go through it. You start off by choosing your character, what they are. So, for example, you could be a vet, a slicer, a scoundrel. This gives your character some stats, some really important stats, things that you can do like grit and gear and glow. I love alliteration in these sorts of things. These little things are going to be really helpful for you to survive. What I have learned is a harrowing experience to try and salvage tech and resources from these ships. You're going to get a bunch of that. You're going to choose a starting ship, and with that ship comes a big old pile of debt for you, a big old bunch of debt that you owe to a bank and an upkeep that you have to pay in order to keep this ship running. The game is absolutely about grinding you down in a capitalist system and trying to get by through an incredibly dangerous job of scavenging dead ships in space. So you got your character, you got your ship, you have a sense of sort of some of the stuff you've got, and then what you do is you lay out a series of cards in to make your bird. Bird is the term that's used to describe the ships that are in this game. There's a whole bunch of different variations in terms of what these ships might look like. So here are some examples of how you might lay out your cards. Cards get laid out. Inside this is a joker, which is the payday, the thing that you're looking for. And then you choose any of these cards to basically plop your airlock on top of, destroying whatever underneath, and then navigating the space. As you're moving through the space, you're having to check for things like your gas. So, how much air do you have? That's going to get worse and worse and worse. And as you move on to a card, you're going to flip it, and each card represents a different thing. It could be barriers or bad stuff. Usually, when it comes with the black cards are the bad stuff, the red cards are the good stuff. Red cards can be things like finding things that are worth money that you can bring back to the airlock and secure, or they might be supplies to help you extend your time out on the ship. And it's really a push your luck game. It is absolutely a game about figuring out when you're going to spend these valuable resources, like grit, for example, can help you boost up one of your rolls when you're facing something bad. So you can go from a failed roll to a mixed success, gets you out of a tight bind, but you only have so much of it. Gear lets you roll an additional die, increasing the odds that you're going to succeed. Glow lets you peek and know what the suit of the next card is in an adjacent room. So maybe you decide you want to go that way, or maybe that's a barrier. I don't want to go that way. I'll go a different direction. The game is amazing. It comes with two Oracle books, so you actually get a lot of variety in these cards. So you're not going to just get the same thing over and over again. You flip flop between these two things, you're going to get an incredible amount of replay value. You go back after you scavenge, you pay your upkeep, you buy some upgrades for your ship, and you try and go out on another run. The game's got rules for co-op, so you can play with another belter moving around the same ship, or if you want to play against somebody in a competitive way, it has rules for a rival, so you can both be like trying to scavenge the same ship at the same time. Obviously, the game looks incredible. The Drakes always make incredibly beautiful games, and it's just dripping with flavor, dripping with fun. I'm 3 runs in. My belter's having a bad time, but I'm having a great time. And I can't wait to get back out there and see if I can get a few more runs in. So if you want a great solo game, sci-fi, push your luck, pick up Dead Belt, grab the physical copy if you can. I'll talk to you later. Bye.